And officially, guys, wanted to say thank you very much for taking the time to tune into this one. I know my write up was a little bit different, left things a little bit vague by nature, just because I really wanted you guys to jump in and actually listen to what the team here at FCF or French Connection Finance is building up. As mentioned, they did go live 14 months ago. So if you think about that, I wasn't even the space back then. I didn't join in the space until November, but I did hear about you guys in the early stages of my experience being one of the really successful and kind of growing ecosystems. Obviously, you touched around 75 million at all-time high, and that was around 3 months after you initially launched. So I will say that it saw a great run-up. And again, you guys have been actively working over the last 14 months. You have your NFTs already built up. You have an awesome FCF Casino, which some members of our community, Bucks community, will get to experience in a little bit more detailed nature in the future when you guys have that poker tournament upcoming. I mean, the one that I'm really excited about is your FCF Pay, which I know you guys had a big reveal today, which I obviously don't want to take the thunder away from you there on that, but it's something I know that when we were talking, you were just so excited to get that live. It's been a long time coming, and it does speak to what I think you guys are doing there, which is consistently looking to innovate and trying to deliver for those community members that have stuck with you through this time. So just a little bit about the project, 2022, some of their accomplishments. They actually did win the award for the most innovative project of the year. So I will say it is quite impressive. Projects we come across on the BSC side of things often aren't able to deliver this quality, especially in only a year. So you think about these other successful ecosystems, oftentimes they take 1 to 5 years to truly build up. Well, we just passed year one. They have their CERTIC audit. They've accomplished a lot. They have some big partners and projects supporting them. And at the end of the day, they just kept active on the development of things. And you guys will be able to learn about what they just released today, as well as, what's upcoming in the future here for FCF. So I think it's cool with a project like this because it really is about, some of these projects, low cap ones, it's all about, give me buys now. I think with FCF, it's really exciting for me because it speaks more to my background being in marketing, because it's all about on a platform like this, generating awareness on the FCF brand and then allowing individuals to jump into the ecosystem and see where as a holder they can earn or have value for themselves within this project. So again, it is fun for me as a host because there's a lot more detail, a lot more depth, and it does mimic the traditional business sense of a company and how he's trying to scale that towards the transactional nature that you typically see in BSC. So from a business standpoint, I am very excited to host this project because I've seen it. I have some shared connections that I know pretty well. So I'm going to pass the mic over to you to jump in. And I am quite excited, if you guys couldn't tell, to jump in and really get to pick your brain about the future for this one.
Yeah, so just like you said, Maurice, why I was looking forward for this AMA is usually people listen to AMA and calls and they want like a quick 10x or nowadays a quick 2x before they just want to sell their tokens. We weren't looking for any buys. We want to bring awareness towards all our platforms and build our brand from here. And with the audience that you have, I'm pretty sure that your community is going to really like what we are about to reveal today, because it's good for all the cryptocurrency people. You wanted me to go with FCF Pay first, right?
No, I mean, I would just love to have a background of yourself and how you kind of got inspired to make this project, because 14 months, man, some people, if they ran a project for a year, they could retire a happy man. And you guys are 14 months old and you just came out with a major reveal today and are not really looking to slow down. So,
well, we have a sickness. We're not bright in our minds, I think, because when we want to do something, we just do it and we focus on it and we work 20 hours a day. We don't drop it. We just want to keep on rolling. And if we're not building something, then we don't feel like we're doing anything. And it's sad because everyone in crypto nowadays, they just want to make quick money and just leave. No one is actually building something on the blockchain. And I'm a true believer that the blockchain technology now is like the internet 30 years ago. we're still so early. All the big technologies from the future and the next decades are going to be coming from the blockchain. So having so many people just creating coins and rugging people and not actually building something that people can use on the blockchain, it's such a waste of opportunity, if you ask me. First time I learned about crypto, honestly, Maurice, my background, I think it was in like 2013, and I had no clue what a Bitcoin was. I used to buy Bitcoin, and to buy Bitcoin, I had to send money from Western Union. I don't know if you have that in your city. I think you do, right? It's like
Yeah,
MoneyGram.
a few branches still, I think, kicking here in Toronto.
Yeah, they're closing down. Back then, they were very popular. So I had to send money from Western Union or MoneyGram to China, and they would send me Bitcoin on my wallet. And that was like 2013. Bitcoin was not even $1 yet. I had no idea what I was buying. I was using it to tip people online, to buy subscription, stuff like that, that were asking for Bitcoin. But I had no idea that the value of Bitcoin could go up so much. And if you go back towards my wallet from those years, you see that I was making $40 transaction that today would be worth thousands. So that's a bit of regret. But then I really got into crypto, and during that bull run in the 2018, I started. I created my account on Quadriga. They had that Netflix documentary on it. I don't know if you saw it or if you had a Quadriga account back then. But the owner
Yeah.
ended up brugging everyone. Does it ring any bell?
No, actually, that would be before my time, but man, that shows your experience, and it's kind of funny that they tried to get involved with Netflix and then turned into a big rug. That's wild.
No, they actually what happened to Quadriga? It was the number one Canadian exchange. Back then, Binance was so small. I was on Quadriga. All my friends were on it. You could buy like only Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and I don't think you could buy XRP back then on Quadriga. And I just randomly switched from Quadriga to Binance. Well, all my friends they kept their crypto on Quadriga. It was a terrible UI. It wasn't a nice exchange. And then the owner just faked his death and and his wife took everyone's money.
Oh, you know what? I have heard about this one. Yeah, definitely heard about this one.
Yeah, Netflix made a movie on that.
Yep. Yep, I remember it. I actually watched it with my girlfriend. Now, yeah, that is I did I don't remember the name from the movie, but the story I 100% watched that with my girlfriend.
Yeah, Quadriga QX,
Maybe
something
a
like
couple
that. I
months into when I
remember.
started with the channel, right? So it would have been probably January, February of this year I would have watched it.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, it's been like 10 months ago, something like that. So then that was a 2018 bull run, and I was on Binance switching main coins, investing in main coins. I made good money, and then the bear market came, and I discovered a smart contract. And honestly, I switched from main coin to smart contract so much. But back then, any coin you would create it, and you would reach 1 billion market cap easily. You just say we're gonna do that, and everyone would go crazy. They would buy it. People would take loans, sell their houses, just dump it in a random smart contract. Um, I made good money doing that, but just like everyone else, we got fooled. I mean, every single project would claim that they were doing something, building something, and then one day you wake up and your wallet is at zero. So last year in July, I was invested in a project. I had, I think, 25,000 in it, and like I said earlier, I woke up, got rugged, and I got so pissed that I was believing in others people plans and project, but no one was actually doing what they were claiming that they would do. That I decided to take the matters in my own hands. And just like anything in life, because what I used to do before crypto, I was in real estate and I was a business. I would create business and sell them over time, help people create business. So that's my background. I decided to take the things in my own hand, and I created FCF, a token that would keep on growing and reward its holder. and that's how FCF got created. That was on August 19.
And I think those kind of stories are ones that really get people not only inspired, but they also are ones that are super relatable with people because I know myself even the first play or the first pre-sale I bought in, I mean nothing crazy, like threw in a B&B. It was doing pretty well. It was worth maybe like, 10 grand or something off one B&B in a couple of days. And it was my first pre-sale. I was like, holy crap, that's solid. Like I wasn't making a lot of money with the channel at that time. I had just started. And I think I woke up one morning. It was like a Sunday night. I went to bed and they're like, oh, we got L Bank coming. We got this coming. We got this coming. And like this just got listed. It's going to be a wild week. I'm like, oh man, I'm not going to sell it. And I hadn't sold anything yet. And it was like my first one. And I wake up on like Monday morning and like my bag from being like $10,000 was worth like 2,200. And I was like, what the hell? It's like, how did I
And you get
lose
the
eight
people
thousand
saying
dollars
buy the dip.
when you got all these listings, when you got all these like things coming and it's confirmed? I was like, how come $8,000 in my bag disappeared while I was sleeping when all these announcements were made at 3:30 a.m. before I went to bed? Like they were made like from like 10 o'clock at night till like 3:30. I'm like, yo, people shouldn't sell on that. I wake up, yeah, $2,200. So like, $7,800 of unrealized value is down. And again, I'm not down. I'm still 4x, 5x on my initial one B&B, but it's the perception and the feeling of that loss, right? That really sucks. So I love that. And I mean, I think everybody kind of has a story like that. And I think that's why these AMAs can be very impactful because, they push a project outside of the scope or outside of, what you're delivering on paper and make it more about the people behind it and, how you guys are going to be able to push through and persevere. So, yeah, having that experience and wanting to do right for others, makes sense. And I think that's why people can get behind. And I mean, it's no shock that before really the ecosystem was established, I'm assuming people probably connected to your story well, and that's why you guys were able to run up to the all-time high you hit. And now again, markets have shifted, people's mentality or what they're looking in terms of value has changed, and you guys have kind of shifted your mentality to move alongside the market and have really focused on the utility and delivery of the growth of the platform. So I think a next transition point from there would be to really jump right into the token. Or, what do you think would be better, the token first or understanding the ecosystem? And then I can ask you how at each specific utility, the token would interact with it. What do you think would be best for the
I
project
think
there?
it's better if I explain the run up, like the story
Okay.
behind the chart, because people want to know about the chart also. Then explain the token, because it's the core of the ecosystem, and then go on the platform that we have connected to the ecosystem.
Beautiful. You're the boss here. I always like to defer with the team what they think is the best option, and we'll go from there, man. So let's get into it.
I think that would be the best way so people would understand our complex ecosystem also. And I'm sure a lot of people are curious about the chart because they're not used to seeing a 14 months old project in here. So we launched August 19 here. It was a fair launch, stealth launch, just like the old days. No pre-sale, nothing. Just go live. We started at 20,000 market cap. Then we had that CoinGecko coin market cap run up that brought us to 7 million, followed by the biggest wallet getting dusted. So that guy got dusted here, and we went down to I think like 100,000 market cap. Went back to a million sideways. Then we announced what we were gonna do. We had FCF Pay already announced, but I got into a big negotiation with a company that is traded on the Nasdaq. It lasted a few weeks. We got an offer and all that, but in the meantime, the community got so excited that we went from 1 million market cap to 75 million market cap in 14 days, which obviously would be followed by a correction. Everyone knew it would happen, and that's what happened. But now for the past months, we've been in that cycle of any stock crypto that the people that bought early and made a lot of money, they lose interest, whatever, bear market, they have to sell, and then the cycle gets cleaned, and then it starts going back up before the next run up, which is what's happening here and has been happening since May. We went also, you mentioned it earlier, we went to the Dubai Crypto Expo, I think it was in March, and we won the most innovative project of the year for 2022. But bear market happened after, which is when we, I would say double, but it's way more than doubled our effort into creating everything. Because bull runs are nice for the community because everyone is making money. But Telegram doesn't stop. So you have to always maintain like a conversation on Telegram with people and all. But during bear market, when everything gets quiet, that's when the team can actually create stuff. So it's a blessing in disguise also. And we've been creating a lot of stuff since that initial run up. Now I'm going to go speak about the token, Maurice. I think that's the good part.
Yeah, again, I agree with you. It's I appreciate some background on the chart for anybody who is unfamiliar. And again, now it's all about understanding the token, how you gain value from holding that, and what the ecosystem entails. So let's jump into part one.
Exactly. So I had a vision back then. We were the first project to do reflection and BNBs. No one would do that back then. Everyone would do only reflection and its native token, which was terrible because people would hold a token and say, "Oh, at least I made this reflection." But yeah, you made reflection of nothing, and people would have to sell it. So we came with the BNB reflection. We were the first, or maybe like the second to do it, but we're very early on with that. And by holding FCF token, you get BNB rewards every day from the volume traded. And on top of that, what we have added is all our ecosystem contribute to the FCF token. So 33% of the transaction fees on any platform that we have that is live goes back into a buyback and burn of the FCF token, which means that even if there's no buys or sell, the chart is just going to go up because our platforms, which is FCF Pay, Casino, what we're launching today that we're going to be announcing, all those stuff, when there's a transaction on it, it goes and buy FCF token and burns it. Then another 33% is given right away to the holders. So just by holding, you also make dividends coming in from platform plus the trading volume. And the rest, which is another 33%, is sent to the team for continuing on building stuff. So basically, we came with the RST protocol, which is revenue sharing token. Just by holding the token, you earn money every day.
So in terms of the the token itself, is there a minimum amount of FCF you're going to need to hold in your wallet to trigger that profit sharing, or is it just as long as you hold even $20, you get some percentage, but obviously your percentage at $20 of holding is much less than $2,000.
Yeah, there's no minimum. We did not create a minimum, but obviously, if you have like $1 worth, you're gonna be waiting a lot of time until you get your dollar back. So the more you have, the
It's
more
like
you earn.
the sliding percentage then, based on how much you own
Exactly.
of the. Okay, sweet. Yeah, that's smart.
Even
I
for
mean,
the daily dividends coming in from the volume. I mean, there's gas fees to cover. So if you own $20, it might take a week before you get that dividend because it has to be greater than the gas fees for you to be able to get it.
awesome. So I guess for me, the token itself, now, will you be looking at any point to add additional tokens into this ecosystem, or is it going to essentially function as a one token ecosystem going forward?
Right now, we only have the FCF token. we could have made an FCF pay token, created a pre-sale, take half the liquidity like everyone does, just to make money on them. But I did not believe into having another token. I don't think it's fair for the investors, for the community, and we're not interested into having a second token which can take buy pressure from the first one and have people dump one to buy the other. I don't believe in that. FCF was my first token. I've never made any token before, and it will be my last one. I'm not making any token after. It's going all in with FCF. I mean, I was retired before creating FCF and FCF Pay. So when I decided to create the token, it became like my super full-time job. I went from working 0 hours a day to working 20 hours a day. And so is the whole team also. With time, we grew. I started, at first, I was alone, and then the team grew, and we were about 20 people working full-time on FCF now.
Respect that answer. Honestly, we've seen it, and I mean, I had the chance to host another project, months ago, and really was a fan of the first token. Did quite well. The second token was announced, and yeah, it completely kind of changed people's perception of the team and what their mentality actually was, and it killed the project. And it was really sad to kind of see the run up over the first 6 months just kind of be destroyed, because yeah, it did seem very much so like a bit of a cash grab on that second one. And people, I like to think people are definitely getting smarter in the space and are being able to pick up on it a little bit at a time, but eventually it really does kind of click in. So that answer was really, really respect that on my end, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, everyone now, you see those pre-sale, and when they launch a pre-sale, they keep 45% of the LP for them, for marketing purposes. But they all die in like 2 days. People got greedy, and that's terrible because it killed the space. Now, back then, people would be like, "Oh, apes strong together. No one is selling. We keep on buying. They want to shake out our position." But now people, they see a 2x and they just want to take their money because they don't want to risk it anymore like they used to before. And that's not because of the community. And the devs are quick at pointing those people, but they're the one to blame. They're the one that abused investors over and over. They're the one that killed the space. And that's something I believe should always be on top. The community should trust the leading team. That's why I'm doxxed. I'm KYC'd. The team is doxxed. We did video calls. We did video interviews. We went to live crypto expos in Dubai. We're going to a New York one in 1 month. We're a registered LLC, so you can sue us if you wish. We are just like any corporate. We don't run FCF like a crypto Ponzi scheme or project. We run it like a corporate company.
I guess, with relation to that, a good thing to know is kind of how many members do you have right now over there supporting you guys in the team, and maybe what's the plan to scale it around some of the new services or I guess solutions that will be offered within FCF Pay.
Can you repeat that question? Sorry.
Yeah, no, of course. I was just curious the overall team size there, and if you have any plan of expanding the team or the reach of FCF because of the service offerings during from your FCF Pay platform.
Oh, we keep on growing. For the team, you have me, John. Um, then we have Joe, the COO. He's based in Spain. By the way, I'm based in Canada. Then we have Alex, is based in Quebec. He's the person that takes care of everything that's press release, public image, the company paperwork, because we have so many contracts that we keep on signing that nowadays that's pretty much what he does, signing NDAs and KYC, KYBs. We have Adrian, who's our CTO, that takes care of all technical stuff. We have a project manager for the dev team, the programmers. We have 4 programmers working nonstop on FCF Pay and all our platforms. We have graphic designers working full time. We have a casino manager whose Buck is in talk with now that's running the casino. Um, we have Telegram mods also. We're a pretty big team. We went from one person to being 20 plus. And everyone is full time on FCF. No one has like a main job of 9 to 5. So that's what we do all day now.
And then I guess the one thing is you guys are really trying to push the envelope of being able to bridge the real world with crypto. So from a positioning standpoint, I think that's one of the most difficult things projects are having right now. And it's because of some of the sentiment that has been, drained from the market when you talk about, some of these major lending platform collapses like Celsius and stuff. And then you think about, Coinbase even going back and changing the fine print. And that really scared a lot of people in terms of holding large amounts of assets in some of these platforms. So I think right now the sentiment in the real world is that crypto is something to be avoided, but you guys really have a lot of value for those people who are more familiar in that sense. The traditional payment methods, the real world, mentality, the real world stuff. So how do you really continue to push and get outside of the saturation that is, BSC and DeFi and get those real potential holders or investors that would look at this the way they look at like a startup?
Well, you'd be surprised. We speak to a lot of Fortune 500 companies. We're in touch with, like, you could think of a company now that works in the financial district, and we are in talk with them. And you'd be surprised by their responses when it comes to crypto. They're all running towards crypto now, like if it was the gold rush. They're all fighting for crypto. Everyone wants to know how will they do it. But last year we had a tough time dealing with those people, but now it switched. It's like if during the bull run they were not sure, but now during the bear market everyone wants to do it. They want to be in for the next bull run.
Yeah, so for me, oh man, I'm excited about this project because you guys have accomplished so much more. And again, everything we host, you guys should do your research. I say get into the habit of doing it regardless if it sounds like absolutely amazing or if it sounds like, you wouldn't touch it with a 30-foot pole. You should go through the same process for every single project. But for my mentality, obviously I'm speaking a little bit more openly and a little bit more laid back in nature just because this team and this project has run for 14 months. We talk about projects accomplishing a month sometimes in this space, and they're like, we did it. This team's done that 14 times now. So again, I speak based on experience, and this team has experience. So, it's a little bit more enjoyable from my end to be able to look at the future and speak in a positive tone versus, back of your head, it's like, are you even going to be able to launch this? Is the launch going to go okay? Are you going to have contract issues? Are you going to be bot issues? What might happen on the launch? And then if the launch doesn't go well, you're like, up the creek without a paddle, that old saying, right? So, yeah, that's why I speak the way I do, guys. So just keep that in mind because the team has earned that right to get, over that 14 months, a little bit more support and a little bit more positivity because they have built in a tough market. So it's all about what's next. It's all about, staying focused. And they do have value that not only, can improve people's earnings or experience in the crypto world, but they also have value for people who are maybe non-crypto users to want to come in because they focus around traditional means that they're kind of used to. So again, you guys kind of, in theory, are able to offer the best of both worlds, or at least add value to both sides of the equation. And that is something that's often tough to be able to do. So, it's great to be able to speak this openly. And again, people, when you hear me, that's why, we hear a lot of projects two of our other ambassador projects we're working with are actually both 16 and about 17 months in runtime as well. So those are the ones that I really love personally because they know what they're doing. They have their vision in mind. And now it's just more so about highlighting that to our community and making sure our community actually sees the value in a project that can sustain for 14 months versus, going to try and find something that hasn't even proved they can launch yet.
Well, I think we have a proven track record now. But people always believed us when we said we were going to do something, and we always did. And we always overdid it for some reason. Our first platform that we announced and wanted to do is the one that we're going to explain now, which is, in my opinion, the first and the main platform of the FCF community. It's FCF Pay. So, long story short, we wanted crypto payments, and we believed that crypto payments would be like paying with a regular card in the next years. So we created a cryptocurrency payment gateway that you can install on any e-commerce. We have PrestaShop, WordPress, Magento. We're on WooCommerce. You can do it with API. You can connect it with anything. And you could either do it on e-commerce or you could do it with a POS system, a point of sale, meaning that you can go in a store and pay with crypto. And obviously, we did not select our crypto to do the payment. And that's something that people always claim they want to do. Like, yeah, people are gonna start using FCF token to pay for stuff online. But why would someone buy FCF to pay online? What we did is we support any blockchain, any crypto. As you can see here, we have Shiba Inu on it. We have Bone and Leash. We have Bitcoin. We have the ApeCoin. Whatever coin or blockchain that exists, we support it into our vault system and payment system. So we build a whole vault system where the money goes in, then the merchant can claim their money instantly. There's no chargeback, no fraud. You can select which crypto you want to receive as payment, and the customer can select which crypto he wants to pay from that list. You can only take stablecoin if you wish. You can take Bitcoin if you want, whatever you want. And it's super simple. I'm going to show you an example now. I'm going to go on our casino page. And I'm going to do a deposit just so people can see it. Let's say I want to buy $25. That's FCF Pay. And it opens the gateway right away. And from that list,
So quick.
that super quick. That's the token that the casino accepts as payment. So whatever
that many? So I actually have a question while we're right here. What is the project's process to try and submit their token to be an approved currency on your payment portal?
They need to send us an application on our webpage. You can come here. You can listings.
And is there
apply for listing?
Is there a specific amount of time you want a project to be running for, or certain specs they need to hit? The reason I ask is because I have a couple that actually almost come to mind. They're always looking to grow their reach or the use case for their projects. And again, I would never send something your way that I don't think is going to run long term, but it's more so just because we do have a pretty active community. And, on the flip side is if you are able to be successfully, adding a new coin or a currency in there, is there some sort of referral bonus people can receive? Because then that really gets the community out there actively hunting for you if they check the right boxes.
Honestly, we love affiliates. We love giving out commission. And that's how our business got created. Everything works on commission and affiliate for FCF Pay and any platform. So if you have any project that you want to list on it, they need to send us all the information. We do our due diligence on it. Obviously, we don't want to be pushing a scam on it, on our community, but we do check the project before listing it. And that brings me to something very good. FCF Pay, if you refer a merchant or a company or anyone that starts using it, because you can install it anywhere, you make 0.1% of any transaction going through for life. So
Really?
every day you get
It's a
money just
royalty
because you
program
referred
in
someone.
place.
Sorry?
So that's essentially like a royalty program that you guys have in place.
Exactly. And what happened? Members of the community have became super affiliate. That's how we call them. And they are the one that got us in touch with Fortune 500 companies. They're the one that are getting us those big meetings. We don't run after meetings. They super affiliate do that. And we're speaking about billion of dollars per year in transaction. So those people are going to be making millions a year just because of one referral.
That's insane, honestly. So you got like guys, that's why I say Caesar and I preach this all the time in our AMAs. Yes, there's a way you can make money from purchasing it and the chart going up and you get additional value, but think about, and this is where I think our community has really, set themselves apart, I think, over the year, is you guys can get potentially passive income just from doing what you do every day, which is be active at Telegram, look at new projects, scout new projects. I know some of our community members scout actively for us. And, we had a community member, Vladlin, even saying that he got offered a scout position with another channel. I'm like, bro, you didn't want to scout for us? And he's like, what do you mean? I didn't know that was an option. I was like, dude, I've told everybody for months in my AMAs, you need help. You want to, learn how to talk to projects, learn how to approach them. You just message me. And I was like, at the end of the day, if you even set up the group, you don't even have to close it. You don't have to talk pricing. You make the introduction. That's good enough for me. I'm still happy to pay out the commission. And you guys can literally earn passive income in the form of 10 to 15% the cost of a call or an AMA just for setting up groups with projects that are interested. Some people, we have some scouts who make 5 to 8 B&B a week.
Crazy.
It's insane. It's crazy. It literally is incredible. The opportunities if you're willing to put in time. And honestly, that's why I wanted to ask about the referral project, the system, because I know a couple of our community members are active in big projects. They've brought them to us in the past, and I'm not going to bring them to you. I would recommend, those individuals, if you're working with them closely, if you have that link because you guys booked them in here, and the ones I'm talking about. There's a few of you, Willie. I know I'm talking about you, and a couple others. I would recommend that because those are good opportunities for you guys as community members who identified opportunities for us to not only help those projects further, but also maybe make yourself some additional money and put a new currency into an awesome gateway like FC Pay or FCF Pay. So yeah, oh,
Super easy. All you
that
have to
is a
do.
huge opportunity, man. That's the amount of royalties you mentioned is like more than we make sometimes on the channel. That's wild.
Honestly, it's super easy because all those companies they want to do crypto payments. So our super affiliate are
It's
just
growing. I mean,
hitting them on.
Canada's pretty open right now, I would say. There's a little bit more wiggle room in the last 3 months than what I had seen previously. So
Oh,
I'm
it's
hoping this
crazy.
week. I mean, Ontario, not so much. Quebec, yes. Quebec has seems super crypto friendly right now. It does compared to where I'm at. So you're in a good place.
Well, I'm in talk with the government here for them to be using FCF Pay on something that they own, which I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say it or not. So I'd rather not say it because I have Joe that gets mad every time I say something that I'm not supposed. We have so many NDA that I get mixed up myself. But to come back to the affiliate, all you have to do is create an account and go on top here, and you have your link. Whoever signs up to FCF Pay with your users, your referral URL, you're gonna earn 0.1% of their volume for life. Then we have the broker program, meaning that we charge 1.5% fees, but you can tell clients that you charge them 3%, and it's still cheaper than a regular credit card payment. You would be pocketing 1.5% of every transaction. So that is big money, which brought us to something else because those company they want to be using, they want to start accepting FCF Pay, but they don't want their customers knowing that it's through FCF Pay. because obviously our fees can go as low as 0.5%, and all those payment service providers, they charge their customers, especially high risk customers, up to 8% fees for regular credit card payment. What we did, because they don't want to use our branding, we created our white label solution that went live last week, which means that any company now or anyone can take FCF Pay and name it whatever he wants with whatever brand he wants, and no one knows it's coming in from FCF Pay. And you basically you own your own gateway running through FCF Pay software. That's something that we created in, I believe, 2 months, because our demand for it was so big coming in from the payment industry, and we have it now.
I don't even know what to say. You guys are able to do some things that startup companies from a payment perspective have struggled to do, right? So it's really exciting, I think. And again, what may be next kind of coming within the FCF Pay portal or platform? Is there any other kind of methods to further the reach to the real world, I guess?
Yeah, we keep on doing that. We keep on innovating our gateway. Initially, it was crypto to crypto only payments. Then we had a demand from merchants saying that they want to be able to just have, you see, like here we have FCF Pay for the casino. We don't accept any fiat, but they wanted people with fiat also to be able to go on their casinos. So we added the option pay with card. What happens is you don't own any crypto. You click on pay with card and you buy crypto with your credit card, which is sent to the merchant, and he gets paid in crypto. But you never had the need of a wallet. Then those merchants said, another kind of merchant said, we don't want to receive crypto. We don't care about crypto, but we still want to be able to get the crypto customers. So what we did is pay with crypto, receive fiat. So when a customer pays the merchant with crypto, we flip it into fiat and he gets his settlement the next day in fiat into his bank account. Then we had more people saying, yeah, it's nice, but if Bitcoin goes down 20%, I'm losing all my profit. So we created the smart swap feature, meaning that when someone pays you in crypto, it logs the value of the crypto for 1-to-1. So if it's $30, it's always going to be $30. Even if Bitcoin crashes or whatever happens, your money is not moving. It's always the same value in fiat. So that stuff we keep on adding. Here we have our partnership with Coinify that does our on-ramp, off-ramp. But last week, we announced Rango and I believe Banksa. That's 2 more partners that we are using to be able to do smart swap, more off-ramp, and more stuff. And today, we're going live with our one-of-a-kind FCF Pay prepaid crypto card. Super easy to use. It's used through FCF Pay. I'm going to let the video go live so you can see. All you have to do is select the value you want. It goes from $1 to $750 per card because it's a minimal KYC thing. You just need to fill up names and address and phone number, but it's not linked to any bank account, anything. And you can buy as many cards as you want per day. So you can buy 10, 20, 50 cards, but the limit per card is $750 because over that, it becomes a KYC requirement. Those cards, they're Visa prepaid cards that you can use anywhere online. It's a virtual card, so you can log in to your Apple Pay or Samsung Pay and use it with PayPass. So with your payment, all you need to do is select which crypto that you want to pay with. We're going to have a big list of crypto, but for this video, we only had AVAX for it. So you send the funds into it to the address that gets from the FCF Pay card. It gets approved. Your receipt is here. And that's how easy it is to use FCF Pay. You just witnessed it. And then you create your card. And your card gets created. Easy like that. It's just sending money to a wallet address that gets given to you from FCF Pay dashboard. And then you can create your card. You get your numbers. You get your balance. You can display your card information. And voila, you use it wherever you want. Super easy, super simple, works perfectly. What we did also is you can now customize that widget and place it wherever you want and become an FCF Pay card reseller in a matter of seconds. So anyone can just go get the widget, select the percentage they want to resell the card for. And that's an example of how you do it through FCF Pay. Link it to your website. So let's say now you want to have the Caesar Skull prepaid card.
How cool is this, guys? Honestly.
And we created a bot for Telegram, by the way, that you can start buying cards directly from Telegram. So you do that, you do your branding on it, all the fees, everything goes on it. Every time you sell a card, you make your money on it. Super simple, no need to do anything. And that's what we do at FCF Pay. We make stuff simple and we allow people to market it. Instead of spending hundreds and thousands of dollars on marketing agency, we invest it into creating stuff and we pay our community and whoever wants to be able to sell those stuff and make money through it. It's like you saw earlier for FCF Pay, by the way. You just select a token. I want to pay with USDT. Take your wallet, scan the QR code. Boom, it's paid. Simple. Now I'm going to go back to the casino, which we have, I think, over 2,000 games, Maurice. We have so many games. We have providers. We have all those providers with all those games under it. So I think we have like 1,500 games. The story behind the casino was we wanted to start selling the FCF Pay service to online casinos because all casinos are going to be switching towards crypto payment because it's cheaper, it's easier, it's faster. People are demanding that to the casinos. But we had no showcase to show them. They were like, we want to see how it's used. So what we did, we created our own casino, which is a fully licensed casino, by the way, and poker room, so you can go and play poker. And we have tournaments, which you can go register, where we're going to be hosting Bucks fundraising tournament here also. And we installed FCF Pay, and it's running through FCF Pay by itself. No fiat, nothing, just FCF Pay. And you can pay with the crypto that you want. And now we use that to show it to the casinos online. And we kept it because the community liked it. We're hosting a lot of tournaments for people and other community. And it's been working well so far. That's our second platform.
So again, I'll kind of go to my generic question of the day. It feels like, how do you guys go about getting, new partners or newer games, or if, there's a community member who's working with a project that thinks would be a good fit, how would they go about that process? I'm assuming the answer is going to be application process, but again, what's the vetting kind of look like, and what are you guys looking for from games to really go on the platform?
We don't take any games on our platform. The games that we have, they come from providers. There are known providers.
I guess the better way to frame it would be, what is the way to get a new provider onboarded into the platform, and what type of boxes would they need to check on their end?
Honestly, we go through an aggregator that takes care of that.
Oh, okay. So it's all kind of done and managed through a third party?
Yeah. We don't select random games. They suggest us like providers. We select which one we want, which one we don't want. We are outside of the RNGs. So it's not like if we created the games and we can glitch stuff so we can win more or not. We go through a vetted process that casinos have to go through in order to have their license. You can't just go and pick up random games because people would rig them. But we do have all kinds of games. So we have slots, we have table games, we have live dealers, um, blackjack, roulette. We have everything.
So, so I guess the because it's all hosted on a third party, you're doing that because that kind of gets the company out of the terms or the I guess the liability would be the best form to phrase it that comes along with gambling or betting on games of chance. Correct? That's why you would all defer that to the third party.
Exactly. Because we are licensed, we have to follow those rules, and our games must come from vetted and proven providers, game providers.
Yeah. Again, that's kind of what my thought process was, but I always like to make sure I double check and confirm it with you.
So
Whew.
I have Adrian, the CTO, that just messaged me on WhatsApp and told me, show them the game, show them the metaverse, which I forgot because we have so many things.
Oh, okay. Let's go sneak peek. Let's go, guys. Didn't even
Yeah,
know this was coming. This is actually a surprise to me too, so that's kind of cool.
yeah, that's our beta phase. Um, we have our own third person live casino in a metaverse, which is going live very soon. And that's me running around now. It's not a pre-made video, it's me. And we have like an FCF casino where you can go and play with slots, see other people, just hang out like any metaverse. So the first floor is all the slots with the bar. You might find Maurice here. And then we have table games where you can go play craps, blackjack, roulette, whatever you want. So this is more for the gamer kind of people that want to go and socialize and just have fun in a metaverse and not just play the regular casino. And then the last level, we have our poker tournament section, which you can go in and join a tournament in poker and play with other people. So that's a nice side project that we have going on.
That's a side project.
Yeah, it is a side project.
Oh, that's awesome. And then there we go.
All our
So
platforms are platforms that people create whole project on it. People create tokens just for an online casino, and they don't do it. We never wanted an online casino. Here we are with one. People create projects for metaverse. Here we are with an online metaverse casino. People create projects for NFTs. We created a collection of NFTs as a side project. The French fellas, which when you hold one, you earn money from the casino. So we have our French bulldog because back then our logo was a French bulldog, and we created a collection of French fellas. So we even have the NFT collection. Project for credit card or prepaid, whatever. We have it now. We could have created like 10 different projects just for each utility that we have, but we kept everything together, and everything funds FCF token through a buyback and burn and sends money to holders all the time.
are there different levels within the NFTs or different variable payouts or percentages that somebody may
Uh,
earn, or if you hold
yeah.
multiples, are the rewards kind of stackable?
So basically, we have 100 females NFTs, 100 Frenchies, uh, 1890 male Frenchie, and we have 10 legendaries, which two of them are females, and they're based on celebrities' dogs. Like this is Hulk, not Hulk, The Rock's dog, Hobbs. You have Ladies Gaga dog. So obviously the legendary are the rarest. Then you have females that can breed with males and have 10 puppies, and the V2 version, which is coming very soon. And then you have obviously like stuff that are like attributes that are rarer than others. Like let's say this gun is rarer than that hatch it. So it comes with stats that you can see on OpenSea. So there are like levels of it, and it comes in with the rig too. So if you have a puppy, it's gonna earn more money than a regular average male. If you have a legendary, it earns more than a non-legendary.
Makes sense. I
So
mean, we see that done oftentimes with the different projects. You know, the higher rarities or the bigger, or the ones that are in smaller supply often have the higher bonuses linked to them. It definitely does make sense because again, it's less stressful on the project as well if there's a lower number of circulating NFTs that pay out a higher reward. So yeah, that definitely makes sense. Uh, I guess. Oh man, there's so many things that I guess one of the things on the core side of things that we didn't really jump into, and I guess it is also relative for, the pay side of things, the casino especially, is the security and what you guys have done to make sure people feel comfortable connecting to your platform. And it's something that's been more and more scrutinized over the last couple of months when you see some of these major hacks that are occurring, the one that just happened a couple of weeks ago on Binance and stuff. So yeah, just strictly speaking, a little bit more on just that peace of mind factor.
oh, you never connect your wallet on any of our platform. I really hate the wallet connecting. Every time I see a connector wallet, it stresses me out. So there was no way I would ask people to connect their wallet into our website. We don't do that. You don't need to connect your wallet to pay on
And,
FCF Pay.
and
You
that's what
don't
they
need to
call
connect your wallet nowhere.
a leading question.
Yeah. No,
Because
never
I
any
wanted
wallet
you to
connect on
stress
it.
that yourself instead of me because oh man, when you told me that and when Buck was like, "Bro, you don't even have to connect your wallet for the casino." I was like, "What?"
No, you don't connect it.
Yeah, and that was why my reaction was like, "What? Like how do you earn money?"
Because
Like
we
I don't
work with
understand it.
FCF Pay. We work with FCF Pay. So all you do is cashier, deposit, and then you send the funds to the QR thing. You don't connect your wallet.
And that's exactly it, guys. So it is very different, not only in how long they've been running, but they've thought of some of these issues or occurrences that are often hit, or the reason why things get exploited, or these dust attacks and stuff. So, yeah, considering one of the initial, you know, pain points, or I guess parts of your story is that initial attack, making sure that you guys can minimize that risk in the future, I know was something that you were extremely cognizant of. So
Well, if there's
awesome.
something that we are aware of at FCF is dust. We had the biggest well getting dusted last year, which did like a slingshot effect, dropped us from 3 million to 100,000, then back to 75 million. Just 3 days ago, one of our dear community members, someone that's been around since the beginning, got his wallet dusted. I think it was like $6,000 worth of FCF. I gave him back. We made a donation. We gave him back his FCF. He got dusted. It happens every day. People get dusted every day. So imagine when we roll out FCF Pay through our partners and POS system all across the world. Imagine if every single person that wants to pay with crypto needs to connect his wallet to a POS system. That's gonna be terrible. We cannot do that. I mean that's like throwing a
So
gazelle in front
smart.
of a lion and hoping the lion doesn't eat it.
The only
It's
one
gonna
I've
eat
ever
it
seen
in
get
a
out of
matter
the
of
way
time.
is that video of that gazelle by the watering hole where that thing puts the jukes on the lion and that thing misses. That's the only time I've seen it avoid it.
Yeah. But the lion tried to do it. So hackers, exploiters, bad actors are gonna try to hack into POS system. And everyone knows it's not that tough to do. They will do it. So imagine you went to Starbucks, you used FCF Pay to pay with your wallet, you have $20,000 worth of Xcoin, and then boom, because you bought an overpriced coffee with some milk at Starbucks, and someone hacked that machine, you just lost all your investment because of a stupid wallet connect. We'll never do that.
The what's next section of the project? What do you guys kind of, again, we covered off so much of what you guys have been doing. We just talked about your big release today, which is those preloaded credit cards, which is amazing, like just absolutely phenomenal. This is just another kind of value add and differentiator that, FCF is bringing into the market here. So what would be, and again, without giving away too many trade secrets, what's kind of next on the agenda there for the team and the community at FCF?
Well, now the next step is our UI. As you can see, our checkout page, it's not user friendly. It's going to be changed in the next days. We're going to release our super user friendly, very intuitive checkout page so anyone could use it, because now the way it's designed, it's not good. People get confused. People don't read that. That's something that we learned. No one ever looks on the left side of the screen when they see a QR code. All they do look at is the QR code. So some people get confused. This is coming in the middle, and everything's going to be intuitive. We want my grandpa to be able to use FCF Pay like he uses a debit card. So that's the next thing. Then it's integration, because we are in negotiation with big companies. Well, it's not big, it's enormous. We're going to be focused into integrating them into our white label solution so they can start processing crypto payment. Those companies, they require training. So we're going to have to do training, crypto training to those companies also, explaining how everything functions, the terms, everything. Eventually, we're going to be our goal, not next year, but in the coming years, is to have our own blockchain. So that's our next big thing that we want to do, is build our own blockchain. But for now, it's onboarding merchant, making FCF Pay easier than it is now. We want it to be super easy. And we're looking into tier 1 exchange for listing down the road at the next bull run. So we're speaking about like Binance, Coinbase, Kraken, stuff like that. Not those mid-tier exchange. We want the big one, KuCoin and those one.
Terrific. I mean, this presentation and the project is obviously very impressive. There's been a lot of time and effort, not only from yourself, but from your different team members that are continuously growing over there to build this one up to what it is currently. And obviously it's going to take, a lot more dedication and work. And I'm sure the team will continue to expand as you guys push this out further. I think with regards to that merchant side of the business, you could build up potentially a full-fledged sales team looking to onboard merchant services at some point in the future. There's a payment solutions company that's pretty localized, and it's in Canada. I can't. They rebranded like 4 or 5 years ago. I can't remember what they rebranded to, but they essentially started out as just a digital payment solution, and they've grown to be one of the biggest financial or payment providers in Canada. So you never know what the future could hold. That's the cool thing about the blockchain, right? It's that untapped potential, and you talked about it early on in the AMA. Is the future of technology. The 40 to 60% will likely come from um, advances made on the blockchain or relating to the blockchain, just in terms of, bridging that real world side of things. I've been getting really deep into these NFT projects on ETH and some of these big use case metaverse projects and stuff. I was telling the community about one the other day that is an NFT project that's literally based in Oahu in Hawaii, that's geared towards giving youth who have maybe been put in jail or had a bit of a rough go a second chance to be rehabilitated into society through the use of job creation and NFTs. It's like the potential of the real world in crypto. There's so many things coming up in the future. I think it's just really interesting to see how much you've already established. And the fact that you guys are on BSC as well is pretty interesting. So, how often do you get the question, why BSC? I'm sure pretty often.
Uh, Honestly, I'm more of an ETH person. But with reflection, with our ecosystem, it wasn't doable. It had to be something cheap. And after ETH, it's BSC.
Yeah, that makes 100%. I'm the
That's the
same way.
reason. Lower gas fees and a big community without the gas fee problem, because we send constantly rewards to our holders, either through the trading volume or through FCF Pay or the casino. There's a lot of money constantly moving around. And if we started paying super high gas fees, well, no one would be making money.
And it would hurt the project from volume. So yeah,
Exactly.
really respect that. So again, from my end, I think you've done a really phenomenal job breaking this down here for the AMA and for the community. I will give you, just because there is so much depth to this project, maybe a couple of minutes if you need to just go over a quick summary of those key takeaways or value adds before we start opening it up to community questions.
Honestly, I love Q&As. That's the best part of an AMA. So let's go on with the questions. Do you do
Cool.
it by voice or it's
Yeah, no, we do a mix. So I get people who have mics, they'll throw their hands up, and then we have a couple people who, don't often have their mics available that will send some questions to my admin. I had a question get sent to me super early by we have a community member here, Razor. This guy, when we post it, he will jump into the white paper, like from the time it's posted until like we almost go live. And you get some really interesting questions. So I'm going to actually give him the first one. It's sent to me via text, and he sends them pretty early. So if I do have any duplications, I'm sorry. We may have covered some, but he always really deep dives this white paper and has some good ones. So without being a merchant, can anyone open an FCF Pay account, deposit crypto, buy and sell crypto through the P2P systems, and use it like a bank or a wallet to make payments on other platforms that currently accept crypto?
the person accepting crypto needs to have an FCF Pay account. So if it doesn't have an FCF Pay account, it doesn't. So that's why we created our prepaid non-KYC card, or minimal KYC, as I'm supposed to say it. So if the merchant doesn't have FCF Pay installed or an account made, you can just pay him with the FCF Pay prepaid card. That was one of the reasons we came out with the card too.
Perfect. And then his next question is, have you guys considered integrating with some fiat on ramps to use FCF Pay to pay daily expenses for things like Uber Eats, maybe other takeout sites, or even at some point integrating it into some form of bill payment solution?
We do have our bill payment solution, which is an invoice system that you can send invoice for anyone that you want through email or URL, but that's not the question that he was asking. Then again, the prepaid card works with that solution. And for those stuff like Uber and all the others, we are in talk to integrate FCF Pay to their providers. So through the company that does Uber, McDonald's, all those big stores payment, we are in discussion to get FCF Pay white label into their system. So it would be their brand, but they would be able to process crypto payment on top of the regular payments.
Wicked. And Rays, I'll get your last question in here because I always appreciate you taking the time to really deep dive here. Has the team considered using a roundup technology like microtransactions to round up to the nearest dollar transaction occurring through the FCF Pay platform, and then maybe reinvesting that small difference into something cool like a charity function, or rebuying the token to burn it? So, yeah.
We never thought of that, but we do have our buyback and burn system that goes through any transaction from any platform that we have. 33% of the transaction fees go back into a buyback and burn of the FCF token, and another 33% goes back into reflection to the holders in BNB.
Perfect. And then Ray's last, it wasn't a question or anything, more of a statement, because I think he really likes this one, is crypto payment solutions are definitely the future. It speaks to a wider base of adoption, and this project sounds good. So thanks, Rays. I appreciate that, buddy. We'll
Thank
get
you for
somebody
that.
from. Yeah, really. Again, he really does take the time to deep dive these projects in the white paper, and I don't
But
always
he's
get the chance
right.
to ask this question, but yeah,
It's he
he's
is right. I'm
really in
gonna
touch
tell you
with the
why,
space.
Maurice. It's a numbers thing. Credit card payment. The minimum fee that you can pay as a merchant is 3%. You have chargeback. You have fraud. So that's a loss that you have in your money that comes in. Crypto, we can go as low as 0.5%. That's 2.5% cheaper than credit card. There is no fraud because obviously if someone is using a frauded wallet, he's not going to be buying stuff online. He's going to keep the money. There is no chargeback. It's instant and you can use it for marketing. We have tokens like Shiba Inu that are listed on FCF Pay. So if you have a store, which one of our customer did, he just installed FCF Pay and said, we now accept Shiba Inu payment. That store is getting a lot of exposure just because he accepts a token with a huge following. You want to do international payment, crypto, you're going to be paying pennies. If you want to do a wire transfer, you're going to wait 3 to 5 days. You're going to be paying a hefty amount just to send the money. It replaces all those stuff like MoneyGram and Western Union. No need to go and send money to your family outside of the world. Now you can do it yourself through crypto. Crypto is not going to be replacing fiat, but it's going to be used a lot in the future. Fiat is most probably going to become crypto.
Perfect. And yeah, Rays, again, really, really good questions there. We're going to try and get Fizza in. We haven't heard from Fizza
Hey
in a
Maurice, can I
while.
jump in as well?
Oh, what's up? I forgot I unmuted you, bud. Yeah, go
What's up,
ahead.
boys? How's it going, Maurice? You good?
Yeah, hopefully having a good day over there.
Hey John, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. You, Fred?
I'm good, man. No, I don't really have a question, just a comment. Um, I hopped in late to the AMA, but I'm glad to see FCF here. As you guys know, me and John know each other in real life. Great dude, and I think I'm assuming he gave you like the origin story of the project, which is crazy to see where they went and how much they've built. So big kudos to him. And it's funny that right before he was launching, he was showing me like how the contracts work and all that. Like I didn't know at the time, and I was telling him, I'm like, man, how did you learn all this stuff? And he was telling me, he's like, I have this disease where once I put my head into something, like nothing can stop me from learning and from actually doing what I set my mind to. So I was like, man, but this seems like really complicated stuff. And then he was telling me about what his plans are and all that. And huge kudos to them that 14, 15 months later, they're running and they're releasing new utilities every couple of weeks, it seems. So just a big shout out. And yeah, I tuned into the second half of the AMA, and it's actually I didn't even know about the credit card that you guys just released. So
We didn't push it yet. We didn't tell anyone yet because we didn't want the Wend crew spamming us for Wend the card. But it's
This is
going live tonight
the
or tomorrow.
this is the alpha. Thanks to you guys, Fred. So thank you again for just
That's a funny story,
yourself
Fred.
and Alaric
do you
just
remember that, John?
making
When I
things.
was like, how did you learn how to do this? And you were telling me
I
that you had this.
remember last year in April we were on Discord, and I was like, we should do a coin. Why are we buying others people coin? And we're like, how do we do that? 3 months later,
Yeah,
FCF was created.
yeah,
Yeah, and
exactly,
that's another
exactly.
thing. You guys launched this on Discord too. That's another thing we didn't even mention. This was launched out of Discord, so not even
Dude,
No, Telegram.
Yeah,
But
it's
me,
really
Fred,
cool your
and the
story.
others were discussing on Discord back before that. I didn't even
yeah, and he
use
used to
Telegram.
stream his screen while he was like working on the contract and stuff, and we had no idea what we were looking at really. He was just like, we would be on a Discord call and he would stream his screen to show like what he's working on throughout the day, and we would just sit in a call for like a couple of hours, and nobody was talking, just like everybody was doing their own thing, and I could see him like playing around in BSC scan in the contract, and I'm like, man, how did you learn all this? And he was like, man, I have this disease where I have to keep on going until I actually understand everything. So I mean, kudos to the guy. He made it all the way here. So all right, that's all I want to say.
Thank you, Fred,
Best of
for this
luck, boys.
pop-up. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
no, it's great to hear. Great to hear. A channel favorite on the other side of the mic as well. And yeah, I mean, everybody here is familiar with Fred and Joseph, Alaric, and the team over at Flow and that group. So it's really cool to have him here. And again, it's why because of the network and the connections that are made, I was able to speak a little bit more openly because, Fred has experience with this team. He's seen them develop. He's been there from the early stages. And, it's really impressed me the way that, himself and Alaric spoke about the team and the development here and
And
everything
another
that
thing,
they've been
Maurice, I
able to
told you,
accomplish.
I bought like in the first 3 minutes that FCF launched. Remember that, John? I was one of the
Yeah.
first buyers. And I actually remember back then, guys. I don't know if you've ever told this story, if I should be telling it, but back then, like there wasn't as many bots to stop like fake like scammers and whatnot from posting fake contracts. Remember that
Yeah,
on
I
your launch
do.
date?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
So
terrible. I don't think I told Maurice, but the early holders, because we still have a lot of holders from day one, they remember that. But go ahead. That's a funny story.
So John was telling us on WhatsApp, is like, guys, I'm launching today, and we were all getting ready, like all the people who know each other in real life and whatnot, and we're all ready to. He was working on BSC
Actually,
scans, so he
Fred,
wasn't really.
I
Yeah.
didn't tell anyone it was me. I know a team that's
Oh, it's
launching
true.
this
It's
morning.
true. It's true.
I
You're
was
right. You're right.
hiding
A
the
lot of
fact that
people
it
didn't know.
was me.
It's true. That's true. Yeah, but yeah, there was this project called FCF, and then another was about to launch and whatnot. It's true. Now you just actually reminded me. So anyhow, we're in the Telegram group and we're ready to buy. Like we know the launch. It should be any minute now. So we're getting. I remember I had 2 BNB in my wallet, and that's all I wanted to spend right on the play. So then, as like it was for 12 Eastern or something, the launch time, or 2 Eastern, something like that. And then suddenly a contract starts being spammed in the Telegram. I'm like, oh my God, I have to be one of the first buyers. I go and I buy it, and I can't sell. And my 2 BNB turns to 15 BNB. My 15 BNB turns to 20 BNB, 25. And I can't, like, nobody can sell. So apparently, like somebody had been spamming this fake contract. It was like a honeypot, and then John posts the real contract, and I had 0.3 or 0.4 BNB left. So out of my 2.4, 2.5 BNB that I had in my wallet, like 3/4 of it ended up getting honeypotted, and then the 0.5 ended up netting me like billions of tokens, and it was awesome. So yeah, that was just a funny story on launch day. It was a disaster,
Everyone
but it
fell
ended up
for it.
turning. Yeah,
That was like my
everybody was like, what the
biggest
hell?
noob mistake ever. I wasn't even aware that people would do that on Telegram. Now everyone knows that they do that. They came in as fake roses. They spam fake contract. Me, I was uploading the smart contract, and that hacker spammer was spamming the Telegram, which I wasn't reading because I was focused on the contract. And then my phone starts to ring, and everyone is giving me shit. Like, you robbed us, you scammed us. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I remember that. But the good news out of all that is that it's only people that, like, for the most part, who kind of know each other that ended up falling. It wasn't like a lot of outside investors at the time, right? So that's, I guess, the good thing.
Yeah.
So,
I think that
yeah.
scammer made like 12K, I think.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
He had like 12, 15K LP. My brother himself bought like 2,500, I think.
Yeah, your brother was actually the one who got honeypotted the most.
Yeah, my brother got scammed like that. He was disgusted. Then he bought like a week later.
And you
Which made
remember,
a
John, remember
difference.
your brother was pissed. He was like, fuck you, like, oops, I can't swear. He was like, man, I can't believe my brother scammed me. I'm like, we're like, bro, it wasn't him. And then he was so like pissed off, he didn't buy for like the first week until it started ramping up, and then he bought at a much higher market cap.
Yeah, and he claimed to his bank that it was a fraud. He was disgusted. He was like really disgusted.
Yeah. Anyhow, I'm gonna stop taking your question time, but yeah.
No, it's good to know, right? Because again, I always say, you want to get a feel for a team, and it's tough sometimes when we're in these, more formal style presentations to get, a feel for the team. But that's why I did speak very openly about John and his background, just because of the connection he obviously has with you guys. And, I've been working with, for anybody who maybe doesn't know Fred and the team, I've been working with them from February, actually think January, end of January is when we first would have spoken to start kind of getting the ball rolling on the first AMA we ever hosted for him. So, I've been in the space since November, and Fred has been a contact of mine for about 85% of my time here. So again, we have a good relationship, and it's really cool to see that those gentlemen over there, John, Fred, Alaric, and some of those guys know each other in real life, because it's the same with, Caesar, myself, and Buck. Like, we know each other in real life, and that's what makes this fun. And, I think that's why FCF, because of how they started, because of some of those stories that they could tell, and it's all about connecting to people. I think you guys have an ability to connect with people and, jump outside of just being a crypto project. And I mean, you do have a great personality, obviously, and you're very easy to talk to. So that helps. But yeah, I think these kind of informal, fun discussions are things you don't ever see in a call. You don't get to experience it when you see words on a paper, but that's why these AMAs are so fun, because you can just go out there and kind of, for lack of a better term, shoot the shit a bit, have a more informal discussion. But at the end of the day, when you look back at this AMA, if you were to listen to the recording, you would be like, holy crap, was that a lot of information we just took in? But also we did it in a way that didn't seem stressful. And that's why I love them so much, honestly. That's what I kind of strive for.
Yeah, honestly, launching a project is one of the, like, nothing stresses more than launching a project. I must have lost like 5 years of my life working on FCF in 14 months.
That's what I always say. I'm like, you guys as a community always say, well, these teams will walk away. These teams will. I'm like, well, on the other side, I was like, you guys don't know how stressful it is to run a project, because I would never personally want to run a project because I know how stressful it is, man. And I mean, Fred and I have talked about this. You make good money for 95% of the people, or at least 95% of the people are happy with the experience in the project and where they came in. But you're going to get those 1 or 2% of maybe bought all-time high from strict FOMO and no idea what it was and over-invested. And those people are going to be there till the bitter end complaining. And it's like, you can almost never win, right? So I love these informal discussions. It takes that stress factor out of it. It takes the chart away from it. And I always say, you get behind somebody and you follow up with them based on who they are and their vision, not what a chart looks like. Because everybody knows charts can change like that. And you need to know the team behind the chart to keep any belief in a project. So, yeah. Anyways, Fizza, I have been time rugging you there. I know we called you out earlier. So Fizza K, if you want to go ahead and drop that question in, that would be awesome.
Hi, Maurice. How are you?
Doing good. Thank you so much for the patience. I know I called you out a little while ago, but I appreciate you just kind of hanging in there tight while we shot the shit over here. So go ahead with your question whenever you're ready. Okay.
Okay, thanks a lot. Anyhow, FC describe each and everything very well. But one thing is in my mind, that is about the security system on your and it's your platform protected from hackers. And how do you manage if there is an attack on your platform, including the personal data of your platform user? Is your platform ready for this?
First of all, we don't have any personal data. There's no KYC required to use FCF Pay as a merchant unless you want fiat deposits. If you want fiat, this goes through Coinify, which is a world-leading company when it comes to on-ramp, off-ramp, and they have their own security. So your database is with them, the security. For FCF, it was built through a vault system, a super secured vault system, better than 95% of the current exchange. I'm not saying it's not hackable, but it's super secured. We have our vault system connected to wallet. You have to withdraw your crypto. It's not automated, so you have to do your own 2FA to be able to get your funds. It's a tough job for a hacker to go and try to steal one merchant's money. Everything has to be approved by a human. Everything has 2FA. We have a high security level. We something I did not mention. We have the AML, so anti-money laundering license. It's all tracked with the government also for those kind of stuff.
Okay, great. Best of luck your project. And Maurice, thanks a lot giving me a chance. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Maurice, something I forgot to mention.
Yeah, go ahead.
And have my community reminding me of that. Our COO, Joe, has created a platform called We Give Crypto that function on FCF Pay. Basically, it's like GoFundMe for people that are looking for donation. They write their own stories, and you can go and donate in crypto. through our FCF Pay donation widget that you can install anywhere too. So
could
you
you
could like
afterwards link me that? I'd love to put up something on Buck's Firehouse about that, because
yeah,
it's
we
really,
spoke
really
we spoke to
on
Bucks. We're
brand.
gonna be hosting
Oh,
that.
okay, sweet. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I didn't know if that was included in kind of the discussion about the poker tournament or anything like that, but I figured that is, something very much aligned with what we're trying to do, which is just, again, give back to people in need. It doesn't have to be, somebody we know personally, but if there's a cause that's worth supporting, definitely would like to shed some light on the platform that's looking to do that.
Yeah, it's gonna be live on that poker tournament. He's gonna be able to keep it forever. People are gonna be able to donate to his cause directly through We Give Crypto donation widget.
Yeah, man, that's really awesome. I really appreciate
incredible.
that. You're welcome, Buck. We love hosting poker tournaments, and now for a fundraiser, it's going to be our first. So it's aligned with our vision also of We Give Crypto. I'm not the biggest poker player. I'm terrible. So when someone sees me on a table, I usually get cracked pretty fast. But I'm going to be attending that poker tournament. I'm going to be making a donation also towards our good cause. And I'm going to be pushing the community also into doing a donation.
Wow, man, that's really incredible. And yeah, whoever wants to come and play me, I'm a pretty good poker player. You can try to take me out. I might toss a bounty on my head. So if you knock me out of the tournament, I'll pay you a little bonus prize.
Last time we had a bounty on my head, and that money was quickly collected.
I could do that too if I'm there, because I'm reckless though. I'm the kind of guy who go all in with 7 deuce offsuit, just try and catch a runner. If I'm feeling it, I'll bluff you.
That's exactly what I do. Did we have any other question?
Yeah, we got some other hands up. I got a couple more here as well for Buck. I like to typically go 1 or 2 from the mic and then 1 over the text, just to keep a good flow to the conversation. So, who do we got here next? We got Sunday Faith's question is, typically in the real world, when you're using a credit card system, there is often some form of hidden fee or hidden transaction that the users are often not aware of. Are there any such hidden fees that you guys are looking to charge, or one will incur while having a transaction done on your platform? So that is from Sunday_Faith.
So there is no fees on the user. The user doesn't pay. The merchant pay a fee. The fee is from 0.5% to 1.5%, depending on the volume that they do monthly. We don't have any setup fees, any monthly fee, any hidden fee. It's fee per transaction.
Perfect. And then another quick one here. I'll just get this one in because it's pretty quick. This one's from Vicmon Benny at Vicmon Hulk. So his question is, if we're creating accounts to be linked to getting a pre-qualified card, can we use the same account to sign up for an additional card in the future, or do we have to make a new account per card?
There's no account when it comes to cards. You just have to put information when you buy it. So you can buy as many as you want.
Perfect. Again, yeah, some of these are questions that, again, are a little bit simpler, but again, just for maybe that clarification, it is a good thing to just touch on. So if you guys are interested, we have Travis here with one we'll get next, but I am going to go to, we heard you before. You know what? It's been a long time since, Adrian popped in. Let's get Adrian off the mic here quick. Hey, Adrian, what's going on?
Hey, thank you for having us.
Thanks so much for taking the time to come by for the back half of the Q&A. Man,
I was
John's
here
been
from
just
the
absolutely
beginning
killing it
listening.
so far. So It's been
That's
really
great.
enjoyable learning about the project and getting to pick his brain. I mean,
Yeah. So
Maurice,
I
you might
just
have
wanted,
cut, I think. I think
yeah,
he got interrupted, no? He was like mid-word, I think.
maybe he got shut down. I think I don't hear him
Maurice,
anymore.
can you hear us?
I think he might have just got dropped there shortly. That happens to him sometimes. I'm sure he'll pop back in here in the next minute or so.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to say something regarding the cards also. So we are developing a Telegram bot that can be added to groups, and your incentive to add it to group is that you can set up the widget and you will earn a commission. So this should be ready in about 1 or 2 days. I'm currently testing it. And you can add the prepaid card bot in your group and have your community buy the cards directly on Telegram.
Wow, that's awesome. You guys have just thought of everything, eh? You're just checking off all those boxes and then just over delivering on every aspect. It's truly it's refreshing to see, actually, from the amount of projects that we get in here that have all these plans, and then having you guys just execute to a whole other level. It's really nice to see. I'm super bullish on this project, and I'm sure that all of our listeners here are as well. If you guys don't come along for the ride on this one, I think you might be missing out.
I think we're about to see a very big parabolic growth in the coming weeks. And that's not a financial advice, but that's my opinion.
Yep.
We need to close one of those many deals. I think we have over 20 NDAs at the moment, and we have a lot of first meeting in the next week and this week with other companies. And it just take one that will have an announcement that will skyrocket us super high. I mean, my vision for the coin, well, it's a token, not a coin, sorry, is to become a top 100 utility crypto project.
It sounds like you guys have the right tools in place and are doing the right things to reach that goal. You definitely gained a supporter out of me. I know Maurice is pretty upset. His phone just died. He said it's not even his battery. He thinks his phone just finally had enough of him working on it all day and just called it quits. So he's saying it won't even charge right now. So he's working on trying to get back into the call as we speak. He messaged me from his laptop.
It was overheating, probably.
Yeah, probably. Guy hasn't been off his phone for 3 weeks. I don't even know if he slept.
Yeah, it overheated for sure.
But that's all right. I can get the next person in here for a question. I wasn't sure. Did Maurice have somebody else queued up, or can I just unmute somebody with their hand raised here?
No, I don't think we had someone queued up.
All right. Well, we'll get somebody else in here for another question. I'm gonna unmute Marcos Lamar here. If you'd like to ask a question, buddy, go ahead. You're unmuted. And while we wait for him, I can hop back into the questions that I sent over to Maurice here.
Hello, Bulk.
Oh,
What's
there we
up?
go.
How you doing?
I'm good, buddy. How are you doing? You can go ahead with your question.
Hello, Bulk. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. You can go ahead with your question.
I don't think he can hear us.
I don't know if he can hear us.
Yeah.
Hello, I have a question.
Okay, brown color, you can go ahead, man.
Brown color, can you hear us? Well, I can hear you, Buck. I don't know if they can hear us, but I can definitely hear you.
I can hear you too. I think we might. I don't know if it's Telegram that's having a problem right now, or maybe it's their connections. But
it might be Telegram. I'd be surprised at two in a row have the same problem.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah,
Okay,
we
hello?
can hear
That's
you, man.
fine.
You can go ahead with
Why
your
listen?
questions.
Okay, thank you very much. Why listen to the AMA? You said they have 15 games now. So I would want to know if this game will be in one application or will there be different application for each games?
For the games, are you referring to the casino?
Game.
What game?
The gameplay. 15 games.
15 games? I'm sorry, buddy. I have no idea what you're talking about. Buck, do you have any
Yeah,
idea?
15 games. Why listen to what you are saying? You say you have 15 games.
this is a casino project. If you're talking about the casino
Hello?
games, they have over 2,000 casino games available on their platform. So I don't know what you're referring to in particular there, man.
Yeah, we have 2,000 and it's all from the same platform. We don't have 15 games.
Okay,
Hello,
please, I
Bob.
have
What's good?
Hello? Can you hear me, please?
Hey, sorry, we just had a couple people jump in there
Can
and
you hear me?
interrupt. Sorry, you can go ahead there, man.
Okay. Thank you very much. My second question is this. You said something that if we invest $20, I will get my dividend in a week. I just want to know if I could leave it for months or a year, that it keeps growing.
You cannot leave the dividends in it. It's an auto harvest option, but we have the manual one that you can go and claim your dividends before it harvests. But it's a usually 24 hours thing if you have enough FCF token. But if you don't have, it's gonna stay as long as possible before the contract sends it your way. But you cannot leave them like pending without claiming them.
Thank you very much. And my last question is this. Hello? Are you with me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
My last one is this. Do you have a team that creates more NFT connection?
We have our first project of NFT, the French fellas, and we're coming with the second version of it very soon, which will be the puppies of the first collection. But we're not like an NFT driven project. It was a side project.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your answer.
Perfect. Thanks so much. I'm sorry, guys. I got disconnected there, and my phone just would not let me back in, so I had to completely reset my phone. But I'm back here, and thanks so much, Buck, just for helping kind of transition things. And it's great. I mean, I wish I got a little bit of the background into Adrian's kind of experience and role within the team, but I'm just happy he was able to kind of introduce himself to the channel a bit, and we got some additional questions in. So I was gonna get Marcos in. That's who I was gonna call out before I saw Adrian join. So Marcos Lamar, it's been a while since we've heard from you there, Marcos. If you want to go, and we got one more I wanted to get asked from the audience. That was a pretty good one here from Buck. And then we got our closing statements. We can get going, guys. I said 90 minutes for the AMA. I lied. It's almost 2 hours, so I do apologize for that. Even longer than I expected.
Yeah, and the baby is getting hungry, I think.
So I could hear the little one starting to get a bit fussy over there. So I think the timing's gonna work out great.
Yeah, perfect timing.
Hello, Bob. Hello, Marcus.
Hey, what's going on, Marcos?
I'm good, man. How you guys doing?
Good. It's been quite a while since we've heard from you. So whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and drop in that question.
Yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity, Marius. So, I did have a quick question for you guys, but based on the time, I'll make it quicker. Currently, there are several projects coming up that support multi-chain token exchange. And in some cases, to avoid high gas fees, Sync Token is a young project that I would like to know. Is a young project. I would like to know about your opinion about your project. Would you guys be open to include multi-chain features in your projects? What do you guys want to do about it? That's what I want to ask.
So I kind of missed it. Were you asking if they're going to add more
if it was gonna
degen
bridge.
features?
Yeah, I was saying if they would want to do like a multi-chain or feature some multi-chain in their projects, stuff
I
like that.
got you now. I missed
Did he
the
mean
point of the
like a
question. Yeah,
bridge?
so yeah, exactly. Multi-chain.
Honestly, I'm not too interested into multi-chain. I believe multi-chain only advantage is for the dev team, so they make more money with marketing tax. It's just gonna break the buy pressure, and you're gonna have a different kind of buy pressure split it everywhere. I'm not looking too much into multi-chain. I used to think about doing ETH, but I did not want to have LP splitted everywhere. But FCF Pay, the gateway is multi-chain, but the token it's in BSC and not planning on doing multi-chain.
So let me add a few things also here. So we are building an ecosystem. We are not building tokens. And you can buy our token using your token from any other chains. For example, using Rango Exchange, one of our new partners, you can swap from any chain to FCF.
Oh, okay. That's nice. But quick question though, like these two projects you people are building now, I would want to know how do you guys plan on spreading it in countries which maybe they don't speak English and other languages? Do you guys have like where they can learn or speak other languages so that they could understand what you guys are doing and try to invest in your project? Like if we should go to maybe Asian countries and such. How are you guys planning on that?
Yes, we are planning on marketing worldwide. Now our market is more the US, Canada, and Europe, Australia also. We do have Asian countries in it, but that's a different kind of marketing for them. And the problem right now with the bear market is it's very tough to market, especially if you're marketing outside of your area. But with due time, it's gonna come. Our gateway, on the other hand, is being marketed worldwide. We have a signed deal with a PSP based in Singapore, which wants to start using FCF Pay for their customer to start accepting crypto. So FCF Pay is getting traction outside of, well, more in Asia and other countries around, which FCF token is not reaching yet. But with the success of FCF Pay, the success of FCF come with it because they're linked together.
That's really great of you guys. You guys are really doing well. But thank you very much for that finance. And one thing, your project going towards Canada, Britain, it's really nice. It will be a good one for Bog because he stays in Canada. That's a nice one. Thank you, Maurice. Thank you for the opportunity, guys.
Thanks, Marcos. Yeah, you have yourself a great afternoon over there, and I appreciate you taking the time here to come out with the questions. And yeah, it's a good one there for both of us being in Canada here, and it's always nice to come across a team as well who's been able to be so successful. And these guys are spread pretty globally. I think John mentioned earlier Adrian based out in Spain, and obviously he's here in Canada. So yeah, it's really cool to see the global coverage that these guys have. So one quick question, actually, it was a pretty good one here. Zero at 514. This one's about creators' royalties. So is there any specific algorithm you guys are using to determine the amount of royalties that would be obtained in advance? Or yeah, so it's just so much more so on the algorithm on the royalties. And the next part of the question, what are the mechanisms for the income agreements for future resales? Oh, okay. I think these are all merchant specific questions. I'm not, because the wording on the second one kind of confused me a little bit, but the first question was just, how do you guys determine the amount of royalties that are paid in advance?
Yeah, I think he was thinking about NFTs. We do not have an NFT marketplace at the moment. We have some plans to do something, but it's a secret project. We cannot talk about it. The royalties for our NFTs, for the French fellas, they get collected by the minting contract, and they get then distributed to the holders of FCF. Okay, so that's it about royalties.
Yeah, no, so in the AMA, John had mentioned that there's going to be something you guys are adding in it's not called a royalty, but it's like, for lack of a better term, almost as if it would be a royalty for somebody who goes about bringing in a new merchant. I'm not
That's
sure
about
if that's
the affiliate programs. So we have affiliate
I'm not
programs
sure
for
if he
almost
was
everything.
asking about that with the royalties,
Okay.
just because John and I did use the word royalties before as regards to the affiliate, but I know the traditional term of royalties is often geared towards NFTs in the space. So I don't know if you could maybe just touch a little bit on the royalties for the affiliate program, just once again, in case you missed that.
So for the affiliates, we give out based on the volume processed by the merchants that the affiliate brings in. So for every $1,000 processed by the merchants, the affiliate gets $1. But think about this way. You bring up a network of merchants, a network of stores, big merchants, and they get millions of dollars or billions of dollars in volume per year. You get 1,000 a part of that. And the only thing that you have to do is take your affiliate link from FCF Pay, where everyone can make an account, spam it on social media, spam it on LinkedIn, and bring in some merchants.
Perfect. I appreciate the reclarification there. And again, I do apologize if maybe you just misunderstood there, Zero, but I do appreciate you reaching back out there. And yeah, the second part is more so regards to the NFTs, so I could see based on that. But I did want to just cover off the royalties again, as I think that is, again, we talk about it all the time, Adrian, before you got here, and it's something that we push a lot on our channel. Is there's so many ways in DeFi and crypto to make opportunities for yourself outside of just necessarily having to buy a coin, hold it for value to go up. And the fact that you guys are offering opportunities to really get people engaged and potentially earn, life-changing money without it having to be linked directly to a chart is something that I can definitely get behind. So yeah,
of course, that's one of our main concerns. We offer our community and everyone that gets involved a chance to make money, even if they don't have any money to invest. So even with the cards, they can create a link on the FCF Pay and share it with their friends, share it with the groups that they are frequenting. Bring in tokens that want to list on FCF Pay. Bring in merchants, bring in potential deals and white label users. We offer a commission for everything. And if you don't offer a commission for something at the moment, you can ask us and we will.
Guys, Maurice, I'm sorry I have to go. The baby's crying so
That's
much.
okay.
It's
I
gonna
was gonna
start
say
eating
we're
its crib.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
right on the closing statements now. It is at that 2-hour mark, and I did say this was going to be the last question. So why don't I close things out from my side, and I'll pass the mic over to you, gentlemen, to officially kind of say farewell from the team at FCF. And yeah, what an amazing AMA. So officially, guys, we're going to wrap things up. We're pushing on the 2-hour mark. I did say 90 minutes, so I apologize, but what a first, what an amazing first, I guess, touch point here for the channel with the team and what they're trying to build up in their ecosystem, a couple of concepts and, ways to earn revenue that, we haven't seen here before. And at the end of the day, those opportunities are in support of FCF Pay or their different parts of their ecosystem. Essentially, if you bring in a merchant and as Adrian mentioned, you get that small percentage of their lifetime sales as a royalty. Think about what that could be over the lifetime of a of a successful partnership, right? So that's some pretty cool opportunities that, again, it's all about finding those projects with a solid team, and that's looking to add new value or do things a bit of a different way, and has been able to, I think, deliver is the most important part, because you're bang on, John, when you touched about it earlier, being like, when we even were in our early stages and we were like, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, most people were good with it, but then, you'd have the few people being like, well, how feasible is that? How realistic is that? And I mean, now you guys have been running for 14 months. You just dropped, again, a pretty crazy game changer potentially with those preloaded crypto cards. So, man, like the fact that you also have the ability to pay in so many different coins or tokens through your platform as well, and you're accepting, again, referrals on that and applications, which does come with, if you're the one who sends it in and it gets accepted, that comes with, again, another bonus to you. So there's so many ways that you guys are actively engaging your community to drive value into the project, which is then going to drive value into your community and into the individual who helps out. So, I talk about how companies or how projects and communities can add value, and it's more apparent in a tough market than ever before. But I definitely think, the fact that you guys have run for 14 months, you have multiple different subsystems, I guess, that would exist within your overall ecosystem at FCF. And, there's different benefits of each individual one. I mean, the fact that you don't have the wallet connect is a huge bonus on security, especially with the casino involved in the ecosystem. The fact that you don't actually house the games, so you can avoid some of the legality and regulatory issues that may come with, being a registered LLC. Very smart. So it will say, the way you guys have built it up, the way you've articulated it today, it has really impressed me. So again, I do understand with a project like this, it takes time. People will need to go across, do their research, really figure out how they as a holder can see value, or, what the best time or best way to get involved in a project is. But, compared to majority of the projects we come on where they're not even maybe live, this does bring me back some really good vibes to some of these other ambassador projects we've hosted in the past, where they have over 12 months of runtime and really still are sticking and pushing to that vision. So, it's not financial advice, guys. My strategy is, the more you get into the habit of doing your research, the more you're going to be prepared when things start to get fast. And, buying, a little bit earlier during a bull run can mean some pretty crazy differences in terms of numbers. So, do that research, ask any questions you may have in the group to John and the team, because they are super responsive. But what an amazing 2-hour breakdown of the project today for everybody. It's a great first touch point, really sheds some light on what these guys have accomplished, shows their personality too. Obviously it's nice to see Fred in here and have that relationship built in real life before we even knew each other. And yeah, again, guys, I'll let you take over the closing statements, but very, very impressed with the presentation and the project so far. And I mean, the fact that you guys keep staying so persistent during these conditions, I can't wait to see when the market flips what happens.
John, are you still here?
I think he's probably just got the baby there. I went a little long.
Okay. Then, well, as you said, we are open to discussing with anyone, discussing with our community, with new members, interested parties. So drop into our Telegram and you will find someone from the team at all times. We are working very hard to make crypto payments easy. We are working on integrations with existing systems in the established financial institutions, with integrations with crypto projects. We are working with big projects that we cannot name at the moment, but everything will come together very, well, not very soon because it's a lot of work, but it will come on.
Amazing. Well, I know John is, he does have the little one over there, so we're not going to, I know he's probably busy feeding, so it's okay if he's not able to jump back on. today just to say farewell because we did spend a full hour and 50 minutes here with them, and we ran right into feeding time. So again, you guys, this will not be the last time. I'm sure you guys will see me talk about FCF and what they're building up here at this ecosystem. I did save the tweet there for after the AMA, so we'll talk with John what my new strategy is here, and it's something that I just implemented yesterday actually, because I'm always trying to see how I can improve and push, you know, the consistency and the link between our two socials. So what I'm doing now going forward is once I have the AMA sent to the team and they pin it on their channel, I'm going to directly link the AMA from their channel into our tweet. So it's a direct way for them to not only get into their Telegram, but they can directly listen to the AMA for anybody who missed it. So that's going to be my strategy going forward. I'm sure we'll see others co-opt it because, again, it's all about support, and that is why I'm just tired of having banger AMAs, and then sometimes people don't bother to listen to them, or if they're on Twitter, they don't want to make the migration. So I'll make it a one-click process, and hopefully people will be willing to make one click to get all of the potential value that exists in these AMAs.
So, you know, in our group, when we have AMAs and open mic sessions, we usually take 2 hours or something like this. We talk a lot with our community, text and voice. We did also a few YouTubes, but we do video calls also on Telegram.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. And John mentioned he doesn't typically use groups, like call groups often. So again, you know, very much a big shout out to Fred and Alaric over at the team at Flow, because that without them, I don't know if we would have been able to get these guys in and host them and really highlight a phenomenal ecosystem and one that is still very much growing to our community. So I just really have to, again, say thank you to Fred, thank you to Alaric, and thank you to John for all the help setting this up. And you guys did not disappoint in terms of what the project is looking to build up to.